impressive is what you're alluding to right there, that in the midst of a late season swoon, you lose the last game against Pitt in late November. You lose a championship game in a bit of an embarrassing fashion on national television. And in the midst of that, you've got to sign an early signing class, and it comes through, even though you've got one of the top programs in college football in Clemson and Florida State, obviously in the middle of all that talent in Florida as well, right there, always hauling in the big classes. And it's Miami that comes up with the best class in the ACC based by all the major services, 247, number one in the ACC, number 6 overall. And now it's pretty much in the books with, by last count, to 19 guys signed and only one guy still hanging out there as a hard commit. So the work is pretty much 99% done, and it's the number one class in the ACC.
Yeah, you look at that, and obviously Mark Richt has said many times, we've hit a home run. You know, he said we hit a home run in the early signing period. He's really happy about that. He was tweeting about that. Coaches are happy. The players are happy. But it's more than just recruiting. Obviously, when you're a program that's trying to reach a top, that is the first thing that comes to mind. But it's also timing. You got to have guys who, obviously, players in college football, by the time they hit their junior year, their senior year, that's when they're at their peak. You know, that's when they're the most experienced. And Miami kind of needs to get all those guys to come at the same time. And I think we're still kind of waiting for that a little bit. A couple of those linebackers are going to be juniors next year. And obviously we still have the Canes still have some young recruits that are really talented who kind of trying to come into their own. So I think until they can get that experience together where it's like you have the recruits that you get from those classes who are in their junior years or older, I think until then you won't necessarily see the team reaching the top 4, the top 5, and competing with the likes of those like Alabama and Georgia on a consistent basis. But they are going in the right direction. Recruiting obviously is such a heavy part in it. But I think it's more than just the talent. They need to get that experience together with all these top recruits as a team.
So I'm counting 9 of these 19 signees from the early signing period are rated in the top 10 at their positions. So it's an elite class. Nesta Silvera, a defensive tackle out of Fort Lauderdale, 15th rated at his position, the only one left to sign. He's a hard commit. Again, according to 247 Sports, number 15 at defensive tackle, committed February of last year. All right, Isaiah Kim Martinez breaking down the Canes for us, wrapping up 10-3 in 2017, looking for better finishes to the season starting this fall, and a quarterback battle that may ensue starting this spring. Isaiah, we appreciate the time.
Thank you, Mark. Appreciate it.